No matter if kids are face-to-face or they're working self-paced on their own, they have to know that they're on the right track, or they are, what they can do to do better or to improve. So in regards to feedback, I want to show you some tips. We're all working in the platform of Google Classroom. So I wanted to show some quick tips on how to make that a simple process. And there's 3 main ways that to me are the easiest way to do that. That first are the private comments. So I personally do not like students to be able to post class comments to their assignments because, for example, whenever I post a Google Classroom question, half the time I get kids to put their answer into the comments and not to where the answer to the question goes. And so it doesn't mark it as done. So that's actually a setting that I turn off in Classroom. And in fact, if you haven't seen that in your Classroom settings, where it says stream, I make it so that only teachers can post and comment. And as far as the other comments go, I just try to teach them, no, that's not where you put it. This is where those answers go. But another thing too with, let me go down to some of our Learn Anywhere examples. You know that whenever students turn in work, you have a private comment area that you can add to every student's work, essentially. You click on the student, and this is where you can add a private comment. So for example, this person, he actually put his answer in the private comment. I would actually want him to put his answer in the application piece where he turned it in, but this is where I can reply to him privately. What I actually prefer to do is if the work students do isn't done and they need to adjust something, then this is where I give that feedback to tell them. But if a student has already turned something in and they've already, and it's completed and I'm giving them a grade, and what I prefer to do is I prefer to check next to that person, click on return, and then give the comment here. And usually that comment is a great job or consider this or whatever. And the reason why I like to give it here is because I can actually choose multiple students, click return, and it's not showing it right here because I only have one person turned in. But I can return like 5 students' work or a whole class's work at one time with a grade and give them all the same comment. So that's a super big time saver, and that's where I prefer to do my feedback that way. Another thing is whenever you open students' work that they've turned in onto assignments, it takes you to this like grade manager, right? Where you're not really in Google Slides and you're technically in Google Classroom, but you're really not sure, like, man, I just want to go to Google Slides so I can view it normally. That's way too many kids that you are going to view individually. So right here is where you're going to view all of the students at one time, and you can navigate quickly with those. You cannot, if you do a private comment here, they're getting a separate notification than if they are doing if they just get a separate notification. I mean, teach your kids to check their email. Does somebody have a question?
Yeah, I do. Can you do that again? I didn't see where you went to do that to pull all the students up.
Oh, right here, this drop down. So you can sort the students by their status, like who's done it. I have a lot of people who turn this in, right? So, or here's all the people together who this is still missing from. And then, so if I click on, right, the next person, I can just navigate to their work from here. Notice that, right, principal gave feedback on this activity here, write that private comment. But I want to show you another feature, and that's the comment bank. Okay, so this item right here, click on the comment bank. This will pull up anything that you have added. So if it just says add to bank and you don't have anything here, you can go ahead and add, sorry, that's my timer. You can go ahead and add some comments that you might use a lot. So if this were, you know, an ELA teacher, hey, don't forget to use that MLA formatting. What I can do is I can click on these three dots and I can copy it. And then I can go over here to students' work and, well, not students' work, but I can go to back to this private comment and I can paste it here and they'll get that private comment in Google Classroom. Or if I actually click on inside the file itself, I can use the comment feature here and I can paste it here. But let's say I don't want to paste it because copying and pasting it, that's way too much. So if I go to comment on, this is a Google Doc, a slide, or a sheet, or whatever, I can actually type a hashtag and notice that all of my comments are right here to choose from. So let me do that one more time. So I might click on this answer, right, that the teacher gave. I'm going to give a comment on the document itself. I'm going to type a hashtag, and then that's where all of my saved comments are. And then I just click on comment. Another thing that is super handy and that kids respond to, right, is the bold. So you can notice in this particular comment, it says, don't forget to use MLA formatting, and MLA is an asterisk. That will actually bold the words that are in asterisks or inside that. And notice how over here, my comment, it doesn't show that it's a live hyperlink over here. But whenever I actually paste it live into something, it's a live hyperlink. So maybe a kid didn't know how to do something, or you want to model something and you do a quick screencast, you can drop that link to that kid, or maybe they need a website to go research something. You can go get that website, drop it in their work, and have them access it from there. The other thing is emojis. Kids respond to emojis, and it's super simple, but I installed this extension. I linked it there in the slides. That's called the emoji keyboard. And I literally just can search for any emoji that's there. I can copy one, and then I, can just paste it directly into my comment. Same thing for if you're putting instructions in Google Classroom. It's great to put like an arrow so they know, read this, do this, look at this. So simple ways to do feedback in classroom. Another thing is if I had the stream on, which I don't have the stream on right now, but just like you can mention and tag somebody inside of Google Docs and slides and sheets, you can do that inside of a Google Classroom stream or in a comment. So if I were to click the plus sign and start typing an email address, again, it's not going to do it here because this isn't a stream. This is a classroom announcement assignment. But what it will do is it will actually tag that person and send you an email that you've been mentioned. So that will alert you to go to where that person mentioned your name. I don't use it as much in classroom as I do other documents because you can actually assign things for people to do. So that is kind of my quick ways to give feedback in the Google Classroom workflow process. Try those out because our kids are going to need it. We can't just leave them hanging.
So on the emoji thing, you have to go. Is that how do you get that the emoji?
In the slides there, I linked it. It's to the Chrome Web Store. And once you get to the Chrome Web Store, you click on Add Extension, and then you just approve or do, those things. And then that will make it appear at the top of your screen in your extension list up here. I've got mine coming back on the screen so I can show you that. I don't think that emojis one is available for students, but you don't need an extension for that. If you can just go online and copy a set of text emojis, I mean, you can use them. It's nothing mind-blowing. It just makes it easier to access and give you a little keyboard of emojis for you.
So on your emoji extension, it's on your tabs. So when I already got the extension, where does that go to so I can bring it to my tab up here?
One, you got to make sure, I'm sure you're in Chrome, but make sure you're in Chrome. If you have too many extensions, they might get hidden in a list. And so you might have to click over here next to your profile picture to give you that drop down list. Or you can find all your extensions in Chrome settings, and you can set up your preferences as to which ones you want to show. Right, I've got some up here. I probably need to clean these up because I've got some extra ones I don't really use. So it's going to be in this space right here. You can also make this area bigger, I believe, by clicking and dragging somehow.